Hey, happy Wednesday. Outdoor Command, I'm Big Sarge. I am doing on the deck a different way. And the reason being is because my Phoenix boat is in Texas. We got a big tournament coming up this Saturday. Rick Carter, Cedar Creek Reservoir. We are hoping for them to be on the bed. So I can't wait for that to happen. I've got a huge lineup of fishing reports for you from OH Ivy all the way down to Captain Frank at Gulf Shores. On the deck is called by my sponsors. Today we're at Axel's Plus. Okay, you can see by the stuff right here. They've been with me for a couple, 3 years now. Let me tell you something. They're right here in Beebe, Arkansas, and we always see somebody on the side of the road. They've got a trailer broke down. It could be an RV. It could be a boat. This is the place you want to come to get your hubs or anything about a trailer. Beebe, Arkansas, Axel's Plus. Look here. And so if you're listening and watching right now, 501-232-9558. And I tell you what's kind of cool about this is I may start doing this. I may do next week at Fletcher, and then the week after that, you know what I mean? Just bounce around to my different sponsors. But this is called Outdoor Command. It's only on YouTube, and I will have it on Facebook, Outdoor Command. Got a huge lineup, like I said, but I want to cover down on something. What's all over social media right now? Oh, Lake Fork Cheater. So, I happened to be fishing with Miss Daphne Carter, Rick Carter's wife. He's a legend on the lake. Been there for 38, 39 years guiding. One of the best sight fishermen in the world. And there's a young man, allegedly, I'm not saying any names because, you got to wait to go to court and everything, but put weights in a fish to win money. Or was it an ego thing? Everybody knows him. What if he's not weighing fish and I need to get in there and stick some weights down there? It's sad is what it is. It puts a black eye on it. And I've always been where I think there ought to be a polygraph on every tournament. I know it's expensive, but Sealy Big Bass, Chris and Nicole, they have the best big bass tournament trail ever. And I'm talking huge amount of money. So they know how to run it. And they caught this young man with a wand that scanned over the bass. So there was 3 weights in it. And when you look at the pictures, it's all over Facebook. It's even on our local news. You will notice that the tungsten weights are way different than anything I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like it. I use Tackle Zombie, but use any of them. And so the game warden went to the boat and found the same kind. So, went to jail, go to court. He was bonded out. But if there's money involved, I believe somebody's going to try to cheat. That's what I think, anyway. It's a shame. They're going to try to get away with it. They're honestly going to try to get away with it. Now, remember, Lake Fork is a slot limit, 16 to 24. And so what he had is an under. He had one under 16, or right at it, and a 2.79 won $5,000. So can you imagine if he brought that fish in and it weighed a little bit more because of the weights, he won $5,000. So, enough of that. We are going to cover that on my live show, 103.7 The Buzz, this Sunday. I'll be back. I'm coming back Saturday night. So 8 to 10, we're going to cover down all the fish reports. Arkansas is on fire. Spawn is not full blown, but it is happening. We're going to have entertainment, of course. We're going to have all kinds of stuff. And y'all join us going on our 12th year. Drop shot, buckshot brandy, sassy shag, Carolina rig. We never know who's going to show up, but you can guarantee you I will be there to push. Now, let's say, and the reason I'm doing this Outdoor Command is because I'm pushing all the way West Texas, all the way down to Gulf Shores. I think that's very important for our Arkansas anglers because we already know you're going there. We know that you go to Lake Fork. That's the reason why I give you a report every Sunday on the show. I know this. And if you didn't know this, the Sealy Big Bass, for the last 2 years, I'm talking about a truck and a boat, okay, brand new, they won. Arkansas anglers won it. So they show up. There was over 400 anglers last September. 400 anglers from Arkansas. Way to go, Arkansas, for showing out. So let's go west of Fort to O.H. Ivy. Now, you know O.H. Ivy just blew up with Josh Jones and everybody catching these huge fish. So Dalton Smith, write that down. Dalton Smith, 502-855-2408. He's the best guide on that lake, I'm telling you. And it's a big old lake. Major League Fishing is going to be there in April. I can't wait to see that. Rooting for old Spencer on that one. Okay, water temperatures are 63 to 66. Some of the biggest females have started to spawn, but it's not wide open yet. And you know, it's funny that Rick Carter tell you the same thing. The biggest girls will go up and spawn first and then go back out. Then the rest of them will come. And when we're talking biggest, we're talking 12, 13, 14 pounders. I'm not exaggerating, okay? The males have moved up. The females, some of the other females are staging and they're feeding, getting ready to come up 25 to 30 feet deep, okay? You can use an A-rig, jerk bait. I definitely recommend for a lake that you've never been to call Dalton and get on there, okay? So, but that's what they're doing. That they feed up. And I can't wait to get to Lake Fork because I was just there. And they get ready to go up there and do their thing, okay? Let's go to Lake Fork. Rick Carter, 903-850-4007. He's from Searcy, Arkansas. And that's pretty cool, right? Him and the family, rodeo. He was a rodeo star. And it's pretty cool. But he's been there. Miss Daffy's going to be retiring this January. So the water temperature is 59 to 65. Now, it was 63, 65 before that rain that came before the tournament, and it cooled it down. Did it knock them in the head a little bit? Some of them were locked and some of them weren't. What I mean is, when I mean locked, when you go up to a bed, and look at my videos, when you go up and you see a bed and the fish is going in, they're going out, they're going in, going out. Well, they're not locked in, okay? And here's a little tip for you. Of course, I got a Phoenix 721, Greg Orr Marine. They've got a 920 sitting there waiting on you. Black, whoo, pretty. What you talking about? When you pull into a cut or a huge creek, go to the very back, put your power poles down. I'm talking 2 feet or less. Put your power poles down and just sit. Let it calm down. Hopefully the wind's not blowing. Hopefully it's not raining. And just start looking. And you're going to start seeing beds. Get the right glasses if you need to. You're going to start seeing beds everywhere. Look at them and just see if there's anything locked on. I think Rick told me they're about a week out, maybe even 2 weeks from full-blown locking up. And that's the same thing going on here in Arkansas. So anyway, the big females have not moved up yet. Get in the pocket. Some of the baits that are working is chatterbait, Cinco, wacky worm, spinnerbait, buzzbait, frog, and a jig. Let me tell you something. When you're coming out of a cut, okay, small cut, you just seen the beds, but this is what I want you to do, and trust me, it works. Look at the points outside that cut. The first set of timber or the first drop, look for them. If you don't have live scope, that's fine. Just scan. Just start throwing. Throw a jig. Drag it. If you do have live scope, you'll see her just sitting there floating by a tree ready to come up. Okay, there's your tip on that. All right, that's Texas. And those are our two hottest lakes going right now. Let's go see my good buddy Joey at Greer's Ferry. Let's go crappie fishing. Lord knows we all like some good old crappie, don't we? So you can get a hold of Jerry at 501-350-9053. And he just did really good in a crappie tournament. I think he got second place with him and his son, so way to go. Water temperature here in Arkansas, remember, a little bit different, okay? A little cooler, 59 degrees is what he's averaging. Males are moving up, okay? Remember, they're going to move up first, do their thing. Females are staging. Now, this is crappie. Females are staging. They're on their first drop. Look for timber. 10 or 15 foot, use a crappie magnet, 1/8 ounce or 1/16 ounce will catch them. Water is a little stained, so get you some brighter colors. Now, what if you got no scope? That ain't no problem. You hear me? No scope, no problem. You need to start trolling really, really slow, 0.3 miles per hour, 10 foot, and go right over that timber where you can see it. If you have any kind of down image or 2D that you know how deep you are, keep it around 10 feet. Go up in those creeks, Middle Fork and all those. Just go up in there and look around. When you see some timber that's right on the ledge, right on the drop you a minute down there. You're going to catch some. All right, let's move. And really, I like to keep these videos. I don't want to keep everybody all day long. I like to keep them in the 10 to 15 minute range, okay? Beaver Lake, way up north. Huge lake. Cody is awesome up there. Call him 479-431-5535. I've got a crappie and walleye. Walleye is a little tougher to catch sometimes, unless you hire Cody, right? So the lake is 2 feet up, which all the lakes need to come up. Let's face it, we don't like it after fishing sometimes, but we need the water. Water temperature is 55 to 61. Crappie is on fire. Males are on the banks making beds. Look for pea gravel, rocky banks, laydowns. Remember, laydowns, stumps, especially if the water is down, they're going to spawn. They ain't going to not spawn. So they're going to be finding something shallow, something they can get to. And laydowns and stumps, old concrete ramps that aren't being used, go back in the creeks and look for those. Caught a whole bunch of them last year on old ramps, and you can tell if anybody's been using them, and they're in the back of people's houses or whatever. The big females are staging 10 to 15 foot. They're floating. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. You probably need a scope to find the ones that are floating or hanging around, okay? And then, of course, you can throw your jig or a minnow, okay? Now, walleye. They are moving up the river, so look for, here's a really good tip, Highway 412 bridge south past the Twin Bridges. Okay, that's some detail right there for you. Jerkbaits, crawlers, and crawfish. Get a hold of Cody. You're going to have a good time. All right, Coach E. Eastern, Jimmy E. That's what we call him. So let me explain something to you about Coach. We met a couple years ago. Big live scope guy. He'd rather fish offshore than inshore all day long, and told me that. So anyway, go over there. Let me give you a number. 501-993-0555, and tell him that you've seen this on here. He stays booked up, but if you want a live scope class, or you want to go out and catch some fish, he's up for it. Let's go with Hamilton. You know, Hamilton's been on fire. Washita's been on fire. But Hamilton, 57-63 temperature. Go shallow. Get up in there. Go to the docks in middle of the creek. All these coves. Go back there. Start flipping with your favorite creature bait. But this is something good that you can bring your lady, okay? Your daughter. Whatever, your wife. Floating worm. It's always fun to throw. Get you about a 4/0. Get you several different colors. Pink, whatever. And throw it to the bank. Dance it around a little bit. Let it go down. Dance for a little bit. They'll come up and hit it. If they hit it, leave it alone, at least you know they're on the beds and you can slow down, drop your poles, and flip in there. Washita. Again, target about halfway back, okay? 5 to 15 foot, and flukes, floating worms is what he's telling me. Here's a little tip. This is something a lot of folks ain't going to tell you, and this is what I did. I help Rick now and then when he's not in trouble, but when he has so many people there at Lake Fork that he's just overbooked. You can take a Cinco or you can take a fluke. Rig it the way you always do. Get you a 1/32 weight. Really, really light, and peg it. When you throw it out there in the stem pads or pea gravel or whatever, it's going to go straight down on its head. Let it sit there for just a second and then bring it up a little bit, dance it around a little bit. I think you're going to have some. I know I had a good time with it last year, so I haven't been able to do that this year yet, but I will this Saturday. All right, let's go to Little Red. Y'all want to go trout fishing? So finally, we got some rain, get a little flow going, all right? And it's helped out tremendously. Call Slade. He's not only a good guide, he's got Harvey's Hideaway. He's got a cabin right there on Little Red. Book it, have a good time, and man, he's a world-known chef. I know y'all didn't know that. Man can cook a steak. 501-230-3190. Call him. This is what he's telling me. 1/16 ounce D2 jig by Trout Magnet. All right. Colors, fire crawl and brown trout colors are working really good. But one thing y'all need to understand now, they had a little mishap up north. So they're watching the limits on trout. The daily limit is 2 rainbow, and you can only keep 1 over 14 inches. Remember that. I don't want nobody in trouble. And with the river the way it is, y'all really, really need to be careful running it. Let's go back to crappie. My good friend Dustin Holmes at Lake Greason. Lake Greason's one of those lakes that's super, super clear, super fun to fish, tons and tons of fish. 870-828-0605. Dustin Holmes, Action Fishing Trips. He's telling me right now the crappie are suspended in the creeks. First wave have moved up to shallow brush. Use brighter colors because Greason is stained. Y'all go have a good time. And always, he's got 4 boats. So if you got a big office full of people, you want to take them out, I'm directing toward the managers out there or to the owners of businesses. Everybody that I put out, they will take care of that. They take care of you and all your people. You don't have to worry about that. Call them up. I got 15 people. Boom. Done. Now, spring break's coming up. Oh, don't we love going down to Gulf Shores? And I'm telling you Gulf Shores because of Captain Frank. If you go Panama City and Destin, you got a little bit of a drive. I understand some people like that part. Okay. But I'm telling you, Fort Morgan and Gulf Shores is beautiful. Beautiful sand. But that's where Captain Frank is. 251-513-4019. I'll say that again. 251-513-4019. Spring break's coming up. Book him. Have you ever seen a sheep's head? They're on fire. He's saying right here that they're knocking the tips off of the rods. So go down there, have a good time. The inshore fish are moving shallow. I've gone, me and Sean's gone down the last 3 years with them. And, one thing about Captain Frank, and I hear this about some guides, saltwater, that if they go way on out 2 or 3 hours and somebody gets sick, oh well, so well. Live with it. Captain Frank, a good friend of mine, got a little sick, and he said, you know what? He's not going to have a good time. So we moved inshore, smooth, and we caught fish. So what we like to do is go out there and hit them oil rigs or whatever he's got, catch some fish, and then come in. So that's really fun. And remember, he's got a big brand new boat right now, so he can take, I think, up to 6 people. For your boat, for y'all to help y'all out on the water, ICU Marine Monitors. Look them up. I'm running an 18 Android. Rick's running a 22. Cole Pennington. Everybody's we're getting everybody on them. Now remember, you got to have the right monitor back here by the steering wheel for it to work. Okay. So I've got an 8612 Garmin. You can have a Hummingbird. You can have a Lowrance. Just make sure that you got the right one. You can call them, call Dennis, and say, this is what I want. And they're $1,000 cheaper than anybody else. Their warranties a year longer, 2 years longer. And it's just an awesome, awesome company. ICUMarineMonitors.com. Monster lithium batteries. What am I going to say? I'm running 2 36 and then 1 starting battery. I ran them for 3 days. Forgot my electric cord. What a jerk. Had 70% left over. So I don't want to, when you go and see some of these boats that's got 8 batteries and stuff. Listen, call my people over there. They're in Arkadelphia. Did you know that? They're in Arkadelphia. Monster Marine Lithium. And then last, of course, Gregor Marine. They've got their black. They got a beautiful black 921. Call Rob, call Lisa Murphy, and say, "Hook me up, baby. Hook me up. I want one." And let's get that out because fishing is on fire now. Below, share and like, do whatever you got to do, subscribe and all that good stuff. But comment. I'm going to make it where you can comment any lake or river that you said, Sarge, I'd like to know about this. Next week, I'll get you on that, okay? That's all I got for y'all. We're at 20 minutes. That's not bad. I appreciate everybody. Remember, if you're in BB, go to Axles Plus. Look here. Axles Plus. And don't be caught with a bad hub or whatever. There's no sense in it. He's got extra ones here. And the nicest people you ever meet. I mean, just the nicest people. Let me tell you what. 2502 West DeWitt, Henry Drive. I should have put that out as far as the address. Great folks. All right, I appreciate y'all. Next week, we're going to be right back. I'll either be at a sponsor or I'll be doing it from on the deck. I'm Big Sarge. Y'all be careful out there. The bass are on beds. Go catch you a biggin. See you next week.